Byron wins, but it's not without controversy. Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. As you can see, construction continues on here behind me, but William Byron wins the race. It is his 4th win of the season, 6th for Rick Hendrick, and 11th for Chevrolet. He also takes the regular season points lead as well as the playoff points lead. So he is your overall leader right now, no matter when the playoffs start or, whatever. So great race for him. Also, this has got to make William Byron the odds-on favorite for your title championship contender right now because, like I said, he's leading both of the points. Him and Kyle Busch right now are looking like the two guys that have luck going their way just about every race. Kyle Busch on a seven-race top 10 streak. William Byron with the most wins in the series at 4. Kyle Busch, of course, right behind him with 3. So both of those guys, they have to be your title favorites right now. So that picture is shaping up as well. But, of course, this race was not without controversy. It was shortened. It was rain shortened. And the race itself was really good. There was good racing throughout. I don't think anybody had a problem with the racing throughout. It was actually helped by the fact that the rain was on the way. And I don't think anybody would argue any differently with that. But once the rain came, the race was ended, and that was the right call to end the race. But, however, there was a controversy, and the controversy is that, well, we saw the Chicago race. They got rid of a lot of the pre-race ceremonies. They cut them out to start that race about an hour, at least 30 minutes early. A lot of people didn't understand why, when they knew weather was in the area, NASCAR didn't go ahead and start this race early as well. So he gets the win, but of course, it's not without controversy. We're NASCAR fans, right? We got to bitch about something. So that was the thing. And me personally, I didn't understand it either. I thought they should have tried to bump the start time up. I don't know if it was an NBC deal or if it was a NASCAR deal. We'll have to figure out what went on there. But I definitely think, just like Chicago, they should have bumped up the time like they did in Chicago. And I don't understand how you have two different calls there when it's pretty much, it should be a standard across the board. So if you got weather in the area, just start the race early, NASCAR. But all right, let's get into good race, bad race, and where the points are at. Good race, of course, for William Byron. He finishes first. Daniel Suarez with a 2nd place. Almost gets Trackhouse that 3 in a row. Of course, with Ross Chastain and SVG last week, he was trying, but the rains shortened his attempt at that. AJ Allmendinger with a good finish. He definitely needed that. Bumps up his position in the points. We'll get to that in just a minute. Michael McDowell with another good finish. Also a good point stay for him. Kyle Busch, aforementioned, the 7 in a row top 10 streak. Brad Keselowski looked like he had the car to beat. So good race for him, but not as good as it could have been if we hadn't had inclement weather, or like I said earlier, if NASCAR had started the race earlier. J.J. Yaley in the Rick Ware racing car finishing 7th. Big run for J.J. Yaley. Big run for Rick Ware Racing, and Patriot Mobile was on the side of that car. That was a really good looking car. If you haven't seen it, go take a look at it in the pictures. Justin Haley finishes 8th. Good finish for him. Continues his momentum from the Chicago race. Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Eric Jones, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Chris Buescher round out your top 15. Good runs for them. And on to bad race. It was a bad race, of course, for Kyle Larson. He finishes 36th. Had a car that looked like it was definitely capable of being up there with the rest of them, but then he spun out, a mistake of his own admission. But then when he came into the pits, they only changed the right rear tire, so when he went back out there, the right front tire blew and destroyed the fender. And then he got into the wall later in the race, ending his day. Ross Chastain was another one that had a fast car. He ends up finishing 35th. Got tangled up in a mess. Ty Gibbs, another one. Ty Gibbs, I think, was in every single wreck there was. And finally, one of them took him out. And bad race for Alex Bowman. He finishes 26th. That's a real shot to his playoff hopes. He was working his way back in there, but that 26th place is not going to help him in the points. Speaking of points, let's get to the regular season points. William Byron is your leader, followed by Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, your top 5 in regular season points. Then Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and then your last 2 tied at 15th. Last 2 in, Daniel Suarez and Michael McDowell. So let's flip it to the playoff picture because, of course, this is where it gets interesting. Got this nice graphic here from TobyChristie.com. Check them out if you have never been to their site before. But right here at the cutoff line, you see at -3 in 17th, Bubba Wallace, -13, AJ Allmendinger, -26 for Ty Gibbs, -38 for Austin Cindric, -41 for Justin Haley, who looked like he was out of it but got that penalty reversed. Alex Bowman at -44, and Chase Elliott -60, Corey LaJoie -70. So the cutoff line is going to be the story going forward. Who's going to get in, who's not going to get in. And, of course, any of those guys back there could win a race at any point. So it's just going to get really, really interesting going forward. A lot of people are in a win and you're in situation. But, yeah, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. All your subscriptions mean a lot to this channel. If you're already subscribed, you know I appreciate you all as well. If you got a question, comment, or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section. And if you want to help out the channel, check out the merch store. The link is in the description. And other than that, have a good Monday, as good as a Monday can be. Peace.